Sorry for the little interruption. We'll continue with the Moritz and Company question. The previous video got cut short because of some network challenge, but I will continue exactly where I left off. Okay, we were about to complete the procedures part. Uh, I think we have discussed that written representations are probably the weakest form of any evidence. So you can write the point about written representations, but it should be towards the end. Okay. You should also again review board minutes for new shops and marketing campaign and all of that. So uh, those points will only add more and more credibility to your answer. For these overheads, you should also mention that for a sample of overhead cost, review the supporting documentation such as invoices and utility bills of the previous months. Okay, so for a sample of overheads, review copies of amounts paid in the earlier months, supporting documentation and invoices, utility bills. Review copies of invoices, utility bills, and agree the amounts paid to the bank statement. Okay. Then review board minutes, elaborate it as per the requirements of that particular question. Then obtain written representations from management. Okay. This in a way, is more than enough for you to get the desired number of marks. I think we have written more than enough points and we have verified all of these points. Maybe, if you want, uh, check these items, you have initial cost of high street shops and where do you get the projections from and, the reasonableness and the fairness of these assumptions, you can evaluate all of these points. And that pretty much sums up the procedures bit. Okay. Now, the last part of the question relates to Beaufort Company. Okay, using the information contained in Exhibit 2, comment on the ethical and professional issues arising as a result of Beaufort Company's planned listing and the services which it has requested from this particular professional accountant. What is Beaufort Company's data all about? You have been asked to provide an accountant's report for an audit client, Beaufort Company, which intends to list on the stock market in September 2005. Beaufort Company has been an audit client of Moritz Company for the last 8 years, preparing financial statements to 31st of March each year. Throughout the period, the managing partner at your firm, Francis Time, has taken personal responsibility for the audit and has increased the total fee income from the client to the level where it represented 16.2% of Moritz and Company's total fee income in 2005. It was 15.4% in 2004. In addition to performing the annual audit, Moritz and Company also provides accounting and bookkeeping services to Beaufort. I can already see not just red flags, but an entire red carpet. So many problems. The accounting and bookkeeping services include preparation of monthly payroll for the client and maintaining all of the financial records of a small immaterial division of the company. The managing director of Beaufort Company, Margaret Shelley, has asked your firm for assistance in the preparation of share prospectus document, which will be used to support the company's flotation. The contents of the prospectus will include key historical financial information prepared to 31st of August, profit forecast, a summary of the key risks relating to the client's business, a business plan outlining the future prospects of the company and recommending the shares to investors. My God, multiple issues. Margaret Shelley has asked if Moritz Company can also provide an accountant's report, which will be included in the prospectus and which will cover each of these elements. Run away. Run away from this assignment right now. First of all, this particular audit engagement partner, what have they asked you? Make a note of that. They have asked you ethical and professional issues arising as a result of Beaufort Company. Okay. Now, long association of senior audit personnel to me looks like a major problem, right? Francis Stein sounds like Frankenstein to me for some reason. Francis Stein has been the audit engagement partner for over 8 years, and this creates a familiarity threat for Moritz and company. Same senior audit personnel on that particular audit client for such a long duration might result in less professional skepticism than otherwise. Then I also see fee dependence here. है ना? Over dependence on an audit client for fee leads to self-interest and intimidation threat for the professional accountant. The self-interest threat arises because the firm will have a financial interest, and if this client goes away, if the client threatens ki if you don't give a report that favors us, we might move away from you. I will do everything in my power to retain the client, even if that means giving a report that does not align with me being ethically and professionally sound. Then you are also providing bookkeeping and accounting services. This creates a self-review threat. The self-review threat arises because the auditor is generating figures for including in the financial statements, and then he himself is commenting on that. And naturally, it is impossible for you to highlight errors in the work that you have done yourself. And if the client is getting listed, then all of these issues will become a major problem later. Also, the share prospectus bit. See, the company has been asked to assist in the preparation of share prospectus and to provide a report on financial data, business risk, and a business plan, which recommends the shares to investors. Now, this creates an advocacy threat. You are literally canvassing for the client. You are acting like a brand ambassador for the client, and the auditor is being asked to promote and represents the client's position to a point where the auditor's objectivity has been completely compromised. So the auditor is basically now to be prevented. This will prevent the auditor from discharging his responsibilities properly. You see, there are multiple challenges lined along the way, and excuse me, and each of these spells doom for your professional position as an accountant. Now you have to ensure that whenever you are whenever you are approaching such questions, you should be aware that what are the ethical challenges that lie ahead. And see, they have not necessarily asked you for safeguards. So don't spend time in listing safeguards in this case. Always understand that the answer that has been asked, keep in mind the number of marks that have been allocated to this particular question. Okay. Your answer should do justice to the number of marks that have been allocated. Do not fall into the trap of over explaining. Now you see a question on ethics, which you might start ignoring as a topic later. This definitely is getting tested in the paper and for a good 6-7 marks, and you would be better informed that something like this, when it comes in the paper, these are easy marks. Okay, you don't have to think too much. You only have to relate the points that you have studied already and just connect it with the data in front of you. Okay, so the four issues that we identified in this case, what were those? Let's quickly go through that. The four issues that we identified for this client was long association of senior audit personnel, fee dependence, provision of bookkeeping and accounting services, and share prospectus. So there was self-review threat, self-interest threat, advocacy threat, your independence was getting compromised. So this is how you should frame an answer to a question which involves ethical and professional considerations. Okay, I hope this has helped you get an understanding of how answers have to be prepared and how they have to be presented. If you want this Excel sheet, all you have to do is you have to comment in the comment section below and give me your email ID. I will help you with this Excel note of all the videos that will follow. So do let me know and I'll be there to help you. Thank you so much and stay tuned for more video recordings on different questions in AAA.